Good morning. Glad to be with you here on this Tuesday morning, talking to you about you and your business. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about politics, a lot about energy, a lot of what's happening, of course, on the business front. But what about technology, particularly that thing in your pocket that is the most important thing? It seems, it seems like to be the center of your universe. If you're in a meeting, you're always looking at that phone. If you're, I don't know where you are, but that phone, if that's gone, I know when I can't find my phone, I literally feel fear throughout my entire body. But, how do you protect that device? And how do you make sure that you're secure and you're safe when it comes to it? I've got a guest here on today's program. We're going to talk about that very topic. And his name is Alan Grau. The company is called Icon Labs. And the website, iconlabs.com. Welcome, Alan. Glad to have you on the program.
Thanks, Kevin.
All right, tell us a little bit about your company. Give us that elevator speech.
Sure, Kevin. So Icon Labs is a software company that's really been focused on security for what we would call non-traditional devices for really the last 15 years. And the area we're focused on is really anything that connects to the internet that isn't a computer itself. And these are devices that are prevalent in really every aspect of our life. Everything from transportation, managing utility systems, phones, as you talked about, cell phones and smartphones, all of these devices. And, a lot of these devices are built without some very basic pieces of security, and that's where our company comes in.
Yeah, very interesting. So tell us about the origins of the company.
We actually started out as a consulting company. Myself and another guy were working for Motorola and Tel Labs out in the Chicago area, and took the knowledge and experience that we had there and really saw that, a lot of the devices that we were working on, people weren't really taking security all that seriously. And so we went off and started this company really to focus on adding security to these types of devices.
Okay, and what year did you get started when you developed Icon Labs?
Say that again, please.
When did you start Icon Labs?
The company actually was founded in 1992, so we've been around for 21 years.
And what were you originally doing? Because there were no smartphones in 1992. In fact,
there weren't really smartphones in 1992, but there were still people building devices that they were connecting to the internet. I mean, a lot of those were things kind of in the telecommunications infrastructure space. So it started out working on things like base stations for cell towers and cable modems and communication devices. And then a lot of that technology is, as time has evolved, has ended up in things like smartphones.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And tell me about your clientele. What companies do you work with?
Most of the companies that we work with are people that are building the equipment. So we're working with companies like Alcatel-Lucent that are building telecommunications equipment, or GE Medical, building medical devices, or companies like Lockheed Martin and General Dynamics that are building equipment that either would go into like aerospace type of applications, satellite communications, or into military applications.
Mm-hmm. And kind of a little bit about the size of those companies. They sound pretty large.
Most of them are. I mean, a lot of the companies we work with are, Fortune 500 type clients. But there are a number of smaller companies that we're working with that are doing similar things on a smaller scale.
Mm-hmm. So from like a listener's perspective who's not necessarily in this field, but obviously concerned about technology and technology security and those type of things, kind of tell them, kind of give an idea of what are some things out there that people need to be keeping an eye on.
Well, really, any device that is connected to the internet, you need to be thinking about how that device communicates and what security is provided with that device. So, it can be, things like some of the newer cars that have communication capability in the office space, things such as printers and speakerphones. There have been examples of people that have hacked into office phone systems and turn the phones on so they can actually listen into a conference call, so using them for espionage purposes, or printers that have been hacked and caused to, every time you print a document, it will, in addition to printing the document, send a copy of that document to some other website. So again, it's corporate espionage or government espionage. types of scenarios. And these are real cases of things that people have successfully done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the thing that people I don't think totally realize is that so many phones today are driven by VoIP, and VoIP is largely web based or significantly web based.
Yeah, no, I mean much of that is going back through the internet for at some level in terms of how it's transported across the world.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So, kind of give us an idea of the scope of what you do in terms of helping provide the security for companies.
Sure. So our main focus is on providing embedded firewalls. So the types of devices we're talking about, we call embedded devices. So it's not a computer, it's not a laptop, but it's a device that has a computer embedded within it. And, nobody today is going to take their laptop and put it on the internet without having a firewall to protect it from attacks. But in the embedded space, very few of these devices have a firewall. And our main focus is helping people that are building embedded devices add a firewall to those devices, either in software built into the device, or we actually provide a small footprint, a very small firewall appliance. So it's a really small little firewall that you can put in front of, it's a physical box that you can add. If you can't change the software on the system, you can still protect it with this box. And the idea behind it is really pretty simple. If you can control who you talk to, you can keep the device protected from the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
And most of these devices, pretty well who they need to talk to. So, enforcing that helps to protect it from all sorts of attacks.
Interesting. His name's Alan Grau. He's CEO of Icon Labs. And where are you guys located corporately?
We are in West Des Moines, Iowa.
Mm-hmm. And how big is your company?
We are 7 people.
7 people, but you have some big clients. I think that's so interesting how that's taking place. Big small companies able to do big things in the 21st century.
Yeah, no, we really have have a lot of success with that, and part of that is working with some of these bigger clients. I mean, we are a partner with McAfee, who's owned by Intel. We partner with Wind River Systems, actually another company owned by Intel. Partner with Freescale Semiconductors, another really big company. And in this space, in this part of the business world, a lot of these companies have these big solutions that do a lot of different things, but we'll have pieces where they need some help in, and that's where we've really been successful, is coming in and adding this piece of security that even these larger companies haven't focused on.
Hey, I got to wrap it up. Alan Grau, CEO of Icon Labs. Icon, that's ICON, labs.com. Thanks for being with us.
All right, thanks, Kevin.
All right, when we come back, more for you. Make sure you stay tuned to it right here on The Price of Business.